Here we go, 3rd and 8 coming up for the Benet Red Wings.
And almost had a guy junk Bafia with a nice-looking hard count there. He's under pressure, rolling out, throws it incomplete at the feet of a diving E.J. Tallarico, and that'll bring up 4th down and 8. Decision time for Patrick New. Don't have a punter listed on the roster, but it's going to be Will Benish. Also doubles as their starting strong safety. And we will see Benish come out for a short punt. Back to receive is E.J. Tallarico, who had all 9 punt returns for St. Ignatius last year, returned them for a total of 97 yards. So almost 10 yards per punt.
Trying to get a little pooch punt and a fair catch coming up for the Wolfpack. Oh, wow, that was an unnecessary hit.
Couple of flags going down there. It looks like it was Gabe Amaker who knocked his man from the Red Wings into Tallarico. So deeper field position for the Wolfpack on their second drive.
Yeah, not too sure what was happening with Benet on that play. You knew it was going to be a pooch punt regardless. It's either going to be a fair catch, a ball that goes out of bounds, or a ball in the end zone. You just got to be more under control. And I get that first game. I'm going to keep saying this all night. It's weird playing football in March when you're not used to it, at least for games that count. But still, you got to play under control, especially in a game like this. Both teams struggling a little bit passing the football, especially St. Ignatius. You can't make plays like that.
You don't usually start off the season when you're cold. And let's not forget, this is the first time these guys are hitting other teams' jerseys in a year and a half, Kyle.
It's been really weird during this pandemic.
It's an odd time. The crowded backfield is in motion as Tallarico. The first completion is made to E.J. Stewart, or Evan Stewart, rather. That's Rugai on his 3rd attempt, getting a 4-yard completion to Stewart.
Yeah, try to get the confidence up. Nice little button hook play, and just keep that chemistry up between your wide receivers and your quarterback. I like the play call there from St. Ignatius. So
11-18 left in the second. Second down and 7 on the 34-yard line. Once again, a heavy backfield. Sampson and Stewart split out wide as Rugai ducks under center. Malloy in motion. Roberson gets it. And that simple triple option going up the middle. Forward progress should give Roberson about a yard, but he is thrown back.
It looks like that Bennett's getting better with wrapping. The pursuit's been there, but not so much on the wrapping. Getting lower and just getting there quicker to the ball carrier. That's what's gonna work against St. Ignatius tonight. Pursuit, getting low, arm tackles is not gonna work against the triple option.
And it is not, but adjustments made by Benet, and defense certainly looking stronger than that first series. Second and 3rd and 5 on the 36. 10:15 remaining in the second quarter. Malloy in motion again, this time going to Tallarico. Tallarico, quick feet, dodging defenders and fighting his way to the first down. Nice juke moves for EJ, and a big gain of about 15.
Isn't it great to have that little nifty little tailback in the backfield? You can't give it to him 25 carries a game, but every now and then, that Tallarico or that Tariq Cohen type of player, he can create separation, a couple of back and forth moves, and just so now you see 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Oh, Tallarico, 18 yards on 3 carries. He led the Wolfpack last season, 46 carries for 292 yards. Only person on the team who ran for more was the quarterback, Leo Rugai. And Rugai's going to drop back in the pocket, unleashes one to Stewart, but it's incomplete.
Not the greatest throw. I think Rugai trusted his wide receiver to get more separation off the line of scrimmage. That's why football is such an underrated rhythm game. You know your 40-yard dashes from your wide receivers, and if you don't know that, it's plays like that that's going to be overthrown. Not exactly a terrible throw by Rugai, but if you think your wide receiver's faster than he is, then it was a bad throw.
And Rugai, on his 4 completions, he's really just whipped it off quickly. just not looking for a lot of time in that pocket. So he might need to kind of remember how it is to be hit, to get hit. He is trying to throw that out before the pressure comes. 9:32 remaining in the second. Still on the 45-yard line as Malloy in motion. Quick handoff up the middle of Roberson.
Robertson on the carry. Good for 3 yards.
And Robertson gets a 3-yard gain, makes it 3rd and 7.
I like the play call. Passing game's been hit or miss tonight, especially with the deep ball. Rugai missed on that 4th and 10 play, so you do a little run up the gut, get 3 yards back, and then 3rd and 7. It's your call. Do you want to do play action? Do you want to do a little spread? Maybe a play action boot, or do you feel confident enough to get 5 yards on the rush? Because this St. Ignatius team, they have a punter, but they are not afraid for going for it on 4th down, regardless of where they are, especially at midfield like this.
And we've already seen him go for 2 4th downs, one almost a touchdown, and one was a short run from Leo Rugai. But it's 3rd down now, and Rugai under heavy pressure as he rolls out to the side, and he's brought down by Michael Manning. So Manning brings him down for just a 2-yard gain.
With a 0-0 score, I really think you got to punt here. I know you want to be aggressive, but the defense has been there all night for the Wolfpack. You got to punt and have faith in your defense.
And it looks like it is Henry Helms back to punt. Helms, the sophomore.
And unless it's a really low line drive kick, I'm just going to call fair catch because Bennett's been a little bit shaky on their special teams. Not that St. Ignatius has been that much better, as they almost fumbled a pooch punt to start the game.
Yeah, we saw a muffed return and a hit last time, and not actually making the catch, letting the ball bounce, is Graham Cooney, and it takes a favorable Wolfpack roll. And Bennett will start with the ball deep in their own territory.
Helms punts down by Tony Corrado.
So still scoreless, 7.5 remaining in this second quarter.
For Bennett, I think you just have to go with the passing game to start off this drive, even if it's incomplete, because St. Ignatius is built both sides of the ball with the running game. Try a couple of passes. It worked to fruition their last drive when they had 1st and 10 at the 48. I think you do a couple of pass plays here, maybe an out route.
And 1st and 10, that first carry is up the middle. And it's Nick Johnson who takes the ball for about an 8-yard gain. But a flag down, so that might be coming back.
Whenever there's a lot of space, sometimes it means there's a reason.
And Johnson certainly had a hole up the middle, but it was a Red Wing false start that nullifies what would have been Johnson's second carry of the game. It's been the Nick Bafia show so far for Bennett. 3 carries for 12 yards. 3 out of 4 passes completed for a total of 30 yards. But he's got 1st and 15 inside his own 20. Bafia takes the snap, and Johnson is tackled in the backfield.
Johnson on the carry again.
So 2 carries for the senior, and he hasn't gained too many positive yards. 0 yards on each carry, and it is 2nd and 15 at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter.
Wouldn't that be something if this was one of those 3-0 or it ends on a safety type of games? I don't think it's going to be like that. Somebody's bound to score. We saw the Wolfpack almost get a touchdown on 4th down, but this is run and gun. So if you like old-fashioned running the football, you're in for a treat tonight.
Hey, I'm all about it. Nice pass in the flat, caught by Johnson. He is knocked out of bounds for a short gain. And it was Jack Malloy who made the tackle. It's going to bring up 3rd down as the clock stops at 6:42.
I'm going to say a play to the tight end. Try to fake the screen pass, see if the tight end can get some separation off the line of scrimmage. Good job there with the passing play.
Bobby the keeper.
Oh, sorry, it was a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, and that was Bafia again getting his 4th carry of the game. It is close, but not enough for that 4th down. Looks like he is about a yard short.
You got 3 timeouts here. I think you got to try to draw them offside, and then if you can't, then you call the timeout, then punt.
So Bafia 3 straight runs of 6 yards. And we've almost seen him draw someone offsides on a hard count, but it is Benish punting as the Red Wings are just too deep in their own territory to risk it. So Benish with his 2nd punt of the night. And it's Tallarico back to receive, who's going to wave it off as this takes a favorable bounce, but no fair catch called. He ends up picking up the punt and gaining about 4 yards on his first punt return of 2021.
You got to have a lot of confidence in your senior to go after that ball with 2 players from Benet going after him like that, especially with a ball that looked like it was going to die, not at the 30 necessarily, probably around the 28. He had confidence in it, and if you have a really good special teams player who doesn't fumble the ball often, why not? I like the decision by Tellerico, but if he ever fumbles, Coach Matt Miller is going to say, I love you, Tellerico, but don't ever do that again.
You're absolutely right, but definitely a good decision keeping that ball from dropping any further into Wolfpack territory as we are on just about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, 5:45 left in the half. And up the middle to Robertson, who looked like he was going to catch a break, but instead catches that Benet defensive line. Looks like Joey Infante was there for the Red Wings. And another 2-yard gain for Cameron Robertson. So 9 carries, 30 yards for Robertson.
This Benet team looks a little bit small, so I don't know if they have confidence in the screen game tonight against the Red Wings, but I would try it a couple of times. You can't be afraid of it. You got to keep the defense on edge. This would be a good time for a screen.
And Henry Helms out on the side closest to the broadcast booth here as the lone receiver, 4 in the backfield. And that one, a play-action fake, a little lob pass up the middle intended for Tallarico, but incomplete again. And once again, that pressure from Benet forcing Rugai to release the ball earlier than he'd like to.
By the way, the text line is open tonight. You can text your favorite high school football memory to 330-957-7653.
Thank you, Kyle. And we're just under 5 minutes in the quarter, 4:52, and we're on the 37-yard line, 3rd down and 8. We might see the 2nd consecutive pass play for the first time of the night from the Wolfpack. Definitely a run-heavy team. Malloy in motion, coming to the right side, and looks like some play confusion for Rugai with his coaches, changing the play, and instead he'll call a timeout before the play clock runs.
Might have been intentional there. I think they were trying to draw him offside with the audible, but Benet finally showing a little bit more composure, a little bit more discipline, and no choice for St. Ignatius but to call a timeout. We will take a little timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. All right. Still can't see, so it's like, So we got 4:52, 3rd and 8 at the 37.
Yes. It's just 4:50. They had 2 seconds run off, yeah.
I'm pretty close. It's just whatever. Here we go. You guys ready in 5?
Yep.
That clock's still on daylight savings time. Don't worry. 4:50 on the clock. 3rd and 8. And Josh, I think you got to go passing play here, but you know they have tried to run those pitch plays on 3rd and long. Do they feel like they can get it done tonight? It's up to Matt Miller, of course. I think you have to go passing play, even though they've been inconsistent with it tonight.
Oh, no question. It's definitely a passing down. Just little too far out for a run play, and they've been getting like little small chunk plays, but nothing really game-breaking so far, so I don't think that they can really trust a running back to make a play this long to get the first. It's 3rd and 8 now on the 37, and Bennett's really settled in on defense.
3 wide receivers set, 2 to the right.
Malloy motioning from the slot back position, and it's going to be Tallarico. He's has so much explosiveness, and what a nice hit. Joey O'Malley. Oh, my.
A little bit too high for my liking, but then again, I'm too critical for my own liking. But that was a heck of a tackle, though. In the open field, a little bit high, but he made up for it with his strength, and really nothing Tallarico can do. When a guy can tackle you like that, you just got to give yourself up and hope you don't get hurt.
Yeah, about a 3-yard gain for Tallarico, who is above 20 yards on the night running. But not enough to move the chains for the Wolfpack, and it's Helms going back to punt again. 2 returners for Bennett. Looks like it's Nick Johnson and Joseph Keogh. It's Johnson who gets it now. Trash that, it's Liam Johnson. And Johnson got some room on the left side, down the sideline, so a decent gain, but he's knocked out of bounds just past the 50-yard line at the 48.
St. Ignatius is a private school, and for any high school anyways, it's not like you're going to recruit for punters, but obviously it is hurting St. Ignatius tonight. They just don't have that punter. Bennett doesn't have that much better in terms of a punter, but yeah, that one hurts St. Ignatius. A low punt, and when it's like that, you can return it, and return it for quite a couple more yards, more than the St. Ignatius fans would like.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of those like pin and back kind of punters in the high school game. It's just not as common, but probably the best starting field position of the day for either team, and it is going to be Bafia on the play action, and that one just too tall for his receiver, Kyle Modi, the intended receiver.
Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
So,
Red Wing, 48.
Bafia, 2 straight incompletions after completing his first 3 passes of his first varsity start, as 3:48 remain in the second. 2nd and 10 now for the Red Wings. 4 wide receivers out as Bafia finds some space and scrambles. He is tripped up by Tallarico just short of the first down, about a 7-yard gain.
Good run there for Tallarico, not Tallarico, for Bafia. And that's something that St. Ignatius knows, that you got to be able to score points. The defense has done their job tonight. You're going to give up points tonight. You got to find a way to score, so hopefully you can hold them to a field goal here.
And Bafia, that one's deflected high up into the air, but no one's going to pick that up for the Wolfpack. And that one is knocked down for 4th and 2. Hard to even tell who the intended receiver was. That was the lineman of the Wolfpack leaping to swat that one out of the air almost instantaneously. So it looks like we'll have a 3-and-out as Benish is out to punt again, and Tallarico back to receive. He's got 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to work with once the Wolfpack goes back on offense. And Benish with a nice boot. Going to bounce, roll to Tallarico. He's going to make a nice juke out to the left side. He's got some space. Hitting the 20. Breaking a tackle and knocked down at the 25. So E.J. Tallarico, a 15-yard gain on that punt. He's had a couple nice returns. And that one could have been even more dangerous, but Tallarico making a nice return. Really quick feet he has.
Yeah, he has a good job, too, of maintaining his balance and able to change from left to right. And that's what makes an ACL injury and an Achilles injury especially so lethal, is it changes your balance and your ability to go from left to right. But if you don't have that Achilles injury and you don't have that ACL, obviously Tallarico is fully healthy. When you have that ability, it can definitely keep the defense on edge.
And he certainly has. We've seen him make a couple of runs off that option. And fouls on each team, it looks like, but nothing will change. It's still 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line for Leo Rugai and the Wolfpack. 3.5 left in the first half. We still have not seen a point put on the board. And certainly would be a timely occasion for our first touchdown of the game for Coach Miller and his Wolfpack. That one's out to Tallarico, trying to show off the wheels, getting outside, breaking a tackle, flag down. So Tallarico is knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line, so it would be a 17-yard gain, but a hold calls that back. And that's got to be a frustrating start to the drive. Would have been the biggest run of the game if not for another holding penalty.
Yeah, that hurts, but sometimes, when nothing's really been working for St. Ignatius, I'm not saying to cheat, but sometimes it is better to grab just a little bit. Maybe you can get away with it instead of just allowing that edge rusher to get the tackle for loss.
And it'll be first down and 18 now.
Yeah, I think you just got to play. Don't fumble the football. Play a little possession football here and hope for the best.
Rugai under center, a full backfield, and 2 wide receivers. Rugai's tackled, fumbles, but he falls right on top of that one. And that is great defense from the Red Wings.
Great defense. Rugai has to be better about handling that football. Second time today, he has almost lost it. Remember, there was that mishandle between the center and Rugai. That time, almost a fumble, and you just cannot afford to give away free points, because that's what it basically would be inside the 15-yard line, fumbling it there, and that's probably what the offensive coordinator, Matt Miller, is telling Rugai. Look, man, it's okay to be nothing into halftime. Our defense has done the job. We'll readjust the offensive game plan into halftime.
And a 5-yard loss for Rugai after that almost would have been that potential just touchdown-saving fall onto the ball from Rugai. Ryan Snell there making the tackle.
Timeout.
As a timeout is called on the field, and it's going to be the Wolfpacks. That's their second of the quarter. We have 2:08 left, and we're going to take a timeout ourselves. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
All right, you guys warm?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I think we have to be on the porch. I'll have to coordinate that, because it's just brutal trying to find that time tonight. But then again, the color commentator, technical director is going to be cold, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's
like, what is this, like
one of the dentist mirrors. Or a selfie stick or something.
Saving Private Ryan when they're using the thing to find the sniper.
Exactly.
You guys ready?
Sure.
Only one timeout remaining for St. Ignatius. Kyle Smith alongside David Izzo on videography, Josh Sperber on play-by-play commentary. And what do you think that St. Ignatius is saying during this timeout?
I think they just need to kind of get their blocking a little bit in order. A bad fumble on the last play, a hold on the first play of the drive. So they just need to get some guys up front and block for their runners. They're deep enough in their territory that looks like you're going to see another triple option play to try to move the ball forward, run out some clock so that Benet doesn't have too much time left to make one push for a first half touchdown. We're at 2:08 now in the second. Second down and 23 with Rugai and the Wolfpack on their own 12. Three wide receivers for the Wolfpack, most we've seen from them. And it's a run play to Robertson up the middle.
Yeah, Josh, there's no way they're going to pass the football at 2nd and 23 in a nothing game. Incompletion stops the clock. Just no way. Of course, Bennett's going to call one of their 3 timeouts here.
No, and that is Robertson now. Robertson with a 3-yard gain, and I think that was just Miller's way of trying to confuse Benet with the formation. Did not work, and it is a timeout for Benet as they're trying to conserve as much clock as possible. And the way Biaffi has been throwing the ball, he's made a made a mistake on that last drive, but I'm curious to see what he brings in this upcoming 2-minute drill.
Yeah, you also have to know how much confidence do you have on your kicker. Not as windy as last night, but once again, you're not used to kicking in the spring, so do you have confidence in your kicker kicking over a 30-yarder in the spring? These games matter, but they also don't matter because it's not for the state title. But you do want to see what you can do next year, assuming your kicker's not a senior. So really interesting position that Benet is in. The other thing you got to think about is, will a touchdown end this game? Does St. Ignatius have enough offense to score a touchdown tonight? So would Benet want to go for 4th and 10 at the St. Ignatius 20, knowing that a first down might lead to a touchdown before halftime?
Yeah, and St. Ignatius, after a long first drive of the game, has only about 2 or 3 first downs after that. So it's certainly been a defensive battle out in the cold here tonight. So 3rd and 20, 2 minutes left in the quarter, as we should be seeing a pass here.
I don't know. I think they want Benet to waste another timeout.
And looks like they will. It's going to be a keeper from Rugai, gaining a couple of yards on the play. It'll still be 4th down, another Benet timeout.
Gain of 6. Timeout, Red Wings.
I know the fans aren't happy about that, but you just can't give Benet a free timeout with an incompletion. I know it stinks. They have to punt, but are you really going to convert on 3rd and 20? I love Leo Rugai, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. So I just don't know the probability of converting on 3rd and 20, the fact that it's been pretty inconsistent with getting separation off the line of scrimmage for the Wolfpack wide receivers tonight.
Certainly is only one Aaron Rodgers, and Rugai showing some success tonight. Been on the ground, 6 carries for 15 yards. But they've got some time to think it over. But should be seeing the punter coming out, and that's going to be Henry Helms.
And what's cool about the high school game, Josh, is they play NCAA rules. So first down stops the clock until the officials reset the ball. So that's really important. St. Ignatius has to play more aggressive on defense because even if you're tackled in bounds, if it's a first down, stops the clock for a brief second.
And Benet's certainly been the team that has had more success moving the ball, definitely in the passing game with Bafia. But splitting 3 straight completions for 3 straight incompletions as he is getting ready for his first 2-minute drill of his high school career. First and last season, one of the seniors who's going to have their career tragically cut short by this pandemic.
At least they get 6 games,
Yeah.
But man, I'd love to see a state tournament, as every season.
Wouldn't we all? Unfortunately, not in 2020, in the 2020-2021 season. We might still see one in 2021, but that'll be another year. Keogh muffing the punt, and he falls on it just in time. That was dangerous. After about a 40-yard punt from Henry Helms.
Red Wings begin their drive on the Wolfpack.
So another special teams mistake there, Kyle.
It hasn't been, and you got to think, just joking, are the officials putting oil on the ball and making it slippery to catch? We all talk about Tom Brady and Deflategate. Tonight, do we have Oilgate from the officials? Obviously not, but yeah, a little bit weird. It's not that cold tonight, so you wonder why they're fumbling all these balls.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We're going to see a lot more special teams drills at both of these teams' practices. Each side has missed a punt, and a late hit on a fair catch as Bafia in the backfield with a slot back and 4 wide. Bafia's receivers are jammed, so he's going to have to scramble. Pockets collapsing. Bafia rolling out to the right side. He is going to run out of bounds, and he is knocked right before he gets there. A big hit from St. Ignatius. Talarico drawing it down, and that might be a late hit.
I don't know. I thought he was still in bounds when he got the hit. This is humongous in the game because both teams are struggling on offense.
Flag is down. The refs are talking it over. It would be it might be a gain of about 2 for Bafia. So it looks like a foul on each team.
Wow. I didn't see that. Did you see it, Josh?
I did not.
Wow. I thought they were going to think about the late hit near the sideline.
So still going to affect that. A 15-yard loss on the penalty.
It's first down.
And it's going to be first and 25.
39.
Should be first and 25. If it's a 15-yard roughing call.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Hate to see that at any time of the season, but you're a little more excited at the season start, and this one more than any with everything that went on in the fall season.
Now you got to think for Benet, incompletion stopped the clock for St. Ignatius. But I don't think you got to think like that. I think you got to think we got to find any way possible to get 3 points here, even if it means throwing it over the middle and possibly being an interception.
You're absolutely right, but they're certainly playing that 2-minute drill offense. Just one in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, only one on our near side, and a little screen pass to Nick Johnson. Johnson burst to speed, almost getting to the midfield line, dropped at about the 46. So Johnson getting the reception.
Out to the 44.
So a
Should be a 5-yard
gain.
For the Red Wings.
And Bafia's first pass completion since the first quarter.
This Wolfpack team, they really earned that moniker Wolfpack, don't they? Great pursuit, didn't panic, got low on the tackle.
And that one under pressure from Bafia. And Bafia ends up keeping. I don't know if he threw it before he was ran out, but
Yeah, there could have been a lot of different. Yeah, they're gonna. Was he past the line of scrimmage? You had a better angle at it than I did, Josh.
it looks like he threw it when he was out of bounds, and he was way past the line of scrimmage.
He was definitely outside the tackle box, so they must have said no eligible receiver in the area.
No, he threw it right. He threw it right at the ground. So definitely a good call by this officials team, and some sloppy penalties from Benet, and a grounding call makes it third, and I don't even know how many.
At this point now, with only St. Ignatius having one timeout, I think you just got to do a running play. You just can't force an incompletion. Give St. Ignatius a free timeout. You know, it's not. You're not going to be happy being a 0-0 game, but you cannot give St. Ignatius an interception or a fumble, or a million bad things can happen when you pass the football.
Still 4 wide, but it's going to be a quick handoff up the middle to Johnson. And Johnson is knocked down in the backfield by Jack Clisham once again. And Clisham, we've seen him fight his way into the backfield on a number of occasions. His second tackle for loss of the game. So Johnson has 2 receptions for 13 yards, but 3 carries for nothing. And the teams are letting the clock run.
From the Red Wing, 39.
And maybe there might be a punt to just end the half off, but it looks like we are going to end this first half scoreless.
I'm surprised. I thought that St. Ignatius would call a timeout, do an all-out block, or possibly set up a punt return. You got 1 timeout left. Why not use it?
And it looks like Coach Miller is going to take that into the half with him, and we will head into the half scoreless. 0-0. Neither team has gotten past the red zone. On that first drive, St. Ignatius was close, but it has certainly been a defensive battle here tonight.
How about that, huh? I was thinking a little bit shootout football. Could be 3-0, could be 2-0, or we could end the game on a touchdown pass to make it 7-0. Either way, if you had this score 28-21, you were wrong tonight.
Yeah, well, my bracket's busted. I'm not picking the score right in this game. My whole March Madness juju is certainly throwing off my prediction game, but I am predicting a very interesting second half. We'll be back for more on Sports Broadcast Solutions, a network for everyone.
Okay. Take a little break.